Welcome to Stoic Heartbeat, where love embraces wisdom. She's not confused. She's just not into you. Yeah, I said it, and I know it stings, but you need to hear it before you waste another ounce of your energy. You've felt it, haven't you? That hollow space between texts. The way your effort gets met with silence, or worse, polite indifference. You keep telling yourself stories. Maybe she's just overwhelmed. Maybe she's guarded. Maybe she'll come around. But deep down, you're not building a connection. You're clinging to a fantasy. You're trying to light a fire in someone who's already walked away emotionally. And let's be real, in today's world, attention is cheap. A swipe, a like, a reply, that means nothing. What matters is effort, and effort is sacred. A woman who truly wants you won't leave you guessing. She'll make it known, clearly, consistently, without you needing to chase. But most men ignore the signs. We hope instead of see. We hold on longer than we should, trying to earn what should have been mutual from the start. So today, we drop the illusions. We stop chasing silence. We reclaim our peace. Because when you learn to read the signs, not with fear but with calm certainty, you stop asking, does she like me? And you start asking, do I even like how this feels? Let's break it down. Here are 7 signs she's not interested in you. The ones most men miss, but after today, you won't. Let's begin. Sign 1, she barely replies to your messages. You send a message. Maybe it's thoughtful, maybe it's light and playful, something simple like, how's your day? And then, silence. Hours go by, then maybe a full day. Finally, she replies with a dry one-liner. Lol. Yeah. Not much. No follow-up. No energy. No warmth. And you start telling yourself, maybe she's just not a texter. Maybe she's super busy. Maybe I'm overthinking this. But let's be real. You've seen her online. She just posted a story. She's commenting on reels, liking 5 photos in a row. She's got time, just not for you. And that, my friend, is the truth most men don't want to accept. A woman who's interested in you doesn't forget to reply. She wants to stay connected. She looks forward to your messages. She checks her phone hoping to hear from you. But when her replies feel forced, when they come hours or days later, when there's no emotion behind them, she's not engaged. She's not excited. She's managing your presence, not embracing it. And here's where a lot of good men mess up. They try harder. They send longer texts. They get more thoughtful, more clever, more patient. But it doesn't help. It actually makes it worse. Because now, she knows you're fully invested in someone who can barely be bothered to say more than one word back. That's a weak position. And whether she says it or not, women can feel it. So here's what you do instead. Pull back. Let her silence speak. Let her energy tell the story, because it always does. Don't double text. Don't chase attention that isn't freely given. A woman who values you will show up, not just sometimes, not just when it's convenient, but consistently, with interest, with effort, with joy. And if that's missing, then your cue is clear. Walk. Not to punish her, not to play games, but because you respect your own energy too much to waste it on someone who doesn't see your worth. You are not invisible. You're just not her priority. And that's not something to cry over. That's something to recognize. Because once you do, you stop begging for attention, and you start standing in your value. Sign 2. She's always too busy for you. Now, if her silence didn't tell you the truth, her schedule surely will. You reach out to make plans. She replies with a soft excuse. I've just been so busy. Work's been crazy. Let me see if I can fit you in. Sound familiar? At first, you buy it. You want to be understanding. You tell yourself she's probably going through a lot, and maybe she is. But here's the truth you can't ignore. Nobody is too busy for someone they genuinely want. We all have full plates: work, family, stress, life. But when someone excites you, you make time. Even if it's just a quick call, a voice note before bed, a 15-minute coffee between meetings, something. But when she's always busy, when every attempt to meet turns into maybe next week, she's not overbooked, she's underinterested. And I get it, that's a hard pill to swallow, because you're trying to be patient. You think giving her space shows maturity. You think waiting makes you loyal. But here's what no one tells you. If her interest was real, she wouldn't risk losing you. She wouldn't treat your presence like an afterthought. She wouldn't delay. She'd act. Because a woman who truly wants you doesn't just fit you in. She carves you out, she rearranges, she makes room. And when she doesn't, you're not a priority. You're a placeholder. A maybe she keeps on the shelf, just in case. Some women won't cut you off directly. They'll fade you out slowly. So gently that you won't even notice until your confidence is drained and your time's been stolen. You'll find yourself adjusting, offering alternatives, bending to her busy life, thinking that flexibility equals value. But brother, the more you bend, the less she respects you. Availability without reciprocation breeds contempt, not connection. So let's be real. If you always hear, "I've been busy," but you never feel "I miss you," then you're not being prioritized. You're being postponed, and you deserve more than that. You deserve to be wanted, not worked around, to be chosen, not tolerated. So stop chasing a spot in her calendar, stand in your worth, let her feel your absence, and see if she notices. Because real interest, it makes space, it shows up, and it never hides behind excuses. Sign 3. You're always the one reaching out. By now, you've noticed the pattern. You're always the one to text, to call, to plan, to care, and she responds. Eventually, maybe. If she feels like it, that's not mutual effort. That's not building something together. That's you carrying the entire connection on your back, while she watches from the sidelines. Brother, that's not a relationship, that's a one-man show. Now listen, when a woman is truly into you, she doesn't wait for you to show up every time. She steps in, she reaches out, not because she's obligated, but because she wants to. She sends you a random meme because it made her think of you. She checks in because she cares how your day went. She says, "Hey, I miss you," without waiting for your name to pop up on her screen first. That's effort, that's interest, that's real. But when she never initiates, when every interaction depends on you making the first move, that's not connection, that's convenience. And it hurts because you feel it. You feel the emptiness behind every reply. You feel how lopsided the energy is. You feel like you're constantly trying to prove your worth, just to stay visible in someone else's world. But here's what most men don't realize. The more you give when she gives nothing, the less she values what you offer. Because now she knows. She doesn't have to try. She doesn't have to reach out. She can sit back, say little, do less, and you'll still be there. And that, my friend, is the slow death of attraction. Because no one treasures what they didn't have to earn. No one respects what requires no effort. You become easy access, always available, always the one chasing, even when the race is over. But a Stoic man doesn't chase breadcrumbs. He doesn't keep pouring water into a cup that's already tipped over. He watches the energy, he watches the balance. And when there's none, he doesn't get emotional. He steps back, not to play games, but because he honors his time, he respects his energy. He refuses to beg for the bare minimum. Because if she never initiates, if she's totally fine with your absence, then she's already told you everything you need to know. You are not the man she's thinking about. You're just the man she responds to when there's nothing better going on. And that's not a position you stay in. That's your cue to exit with dignity. Before we dive into sign number 4, we'd like to take a moment to thank you for staying with us halfway through this video journey. In every moment, we can learn and grow, and the fact that you are here listening and reflecting with us is a tremendous gift that I cherish every minute. To help us spread these valuable lessons to even more people, please hit the like and share buttons for this video. Each share is a small but meaningful act, much like the timeless lessons Stoicism offers. Let's continue exploring and embracing these everlasting pieces of wisdom together. Once again, thank you for your continued support. Sign 4. She avoids getting physically close. This one stings, but it's unmistakable. Her body language never lies. When a woman is into you, she won't always say it with words. She'll show it. She leans in when you speak. She laughs with her whole body. She finds little excuses to touch your arm, bump shoulders, close the gap between you. Even if it's subtle, it's felt. She wants to be near you, to feel your presence, to connect without saying a word. But when she starts pulling back, when every hug feels like a handshake, when she always keeps just enough space between you, that's not shyness. That's not just her personality. That's not her taking it slow. That's her saying, "Not you." And she's saying it loud, even if her lips are silent. Watch how she shifts when you sit next to her, how her arms fold when you reach out, how she flinches, even slightly, when you try to get close. You feel it. In your gut, you feel it. That tension, that distance, that lack of warmth. And yet you tell yourself, maybe she just needs time. Maybe she's not used to affection. Maybe I'm overreacting. But brother, let's be honest. Attraction doesn't have to be convinced. It shows up naturally, spontaneously. It doesn't hesitate. It leans in. And when it's missing, no amount of patience, kindness, or charm can fake that spark into existence. You can't beg for closeness. You can't earn chemistry through effort. This isn't about performance.